Hey, this is a incredible treat. I am sitting here with one of my all-time heroes and good friend, lucky me, Mr. Dana
Right
Carvey.
back at you.
Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey
Conan
is here.
O'Brien, my favorite. Very good friend.
You didn't say
And
favorite what?
Hero. Favorite. If you have a tough steak at a restaurant and you can't cut through it and you need it in little pieces, you are hell on wheels with a steak knife.
I am very good with a steak knife.
You
That's
put it
what
in
he
nice,
meant.
tasty pieces.
Not favorite comedian, not favorite humorist. Favorite steak
Favorite human
cutter.
across a desk. Conan, the all-time great.
I am
For my
excited.
money.
I'm excited because you have a new venture.
Yes.
And I'm thrilled to be part of it because you have created a podcast for the Team Coco Network.
I have partnered with Team Coco.
Yes. And
we're business partners.
I love this idea, and you pitched me this idea once. I think not even thinking necessarily this would be a show. This was something you and your sons were screwing around and having fun, making kind of a very weird, funny Twilight Zone, a scripted podcast. And you were telling it to me, and I couldn't stop laughing. I really loved it. It's really funny, and it's called The Weird Place.
The Weird Place, yes. We just love the Twilight Zone. And we had an idea that we took to Netflix called The Creepy Box, but just didn't. It was, it's either The Weird Place or but we wanted to bring back the Twilight Zone. We loved it, and we'd seen different incarnations. I think it's called The Black Mirror, which is kind of a work of genius, but it's so dark. And we really romantically wanted to bring it back and have it be kind of retro. It has a darkness to it, but there's sort of a positivity about it. So we decided to do a Twilight Zone type show.
Right, narrated by, of course, Twilight Zone was narrated by Rod Serling. You are the Rod Serling, the great Rod Serling, and it'd be like, I don't do a Rod Serling, but imagine
picture, if you will, a man alone on a pirate ship in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah,
and then we put effects on it. We wanted it to sound retro and kind of like, because we only hear Rod Serling over a television, so we put like a little bit of a television effect on it. So it's basically it's storytelling. I think in a way, because scripted podcast makes everyone go, what? They don't get it. So I think it's kind of like an audio short films or short television episodes. But Rod is back in this, and the voice is back, the gravitas is back. He's a perfect straight line for comedy.
Well, also, this is a great, use of your talents because you have such a great visual mind as a comedian, and you can do all these voices. So you create these stories, these bizarre stories. And just the ones I've heard have been a joy. It's out right now, by the way. Let me point out to you, you can get The Weird Place. Yeah, wherever you get your podcasts, get The Weird Place because they're available and they're really funny. But what are some of your favorite episodes so far?
Well, my son came up with an idea of a man touches globe and it affects the natural world.
Meaning, if a guy has a globe, and if he touches it, a giant finger comes out of the sky in that part of the world and crushes things.
Yes, or if he flicked the ocean, there'd be a tidal wave. That kind of power. I started thinking about the character for that, and for some reason, because the person who gets it becomes power mad.
Yes.
So I thought of The Invisible Man, which I love, the 1933 version,
right,
where Claude Rains actually got nominated for Academy Award, and he's mostly invisible.
Right.
But I love his voice, and then he gets the power to rule the world. You must see. And then he has an ingenue who's very innocent, Dolores, who loves him. No, Claude, no, you can't. And it's a two-parter, and we have. I'm having so much fun. I love doing it so much and riffing these characters out and working with my sons closely like that. And as you know, writing a lot of time is just in the moment at the table.
Yep.
It's not always at a typewriter. And then he went here and there. It's just the guy in the room, and Conan to be one of the best ever at that, of just like, oh, let's go that way, or let's do this. Or in this one called Mario Is My Dad, my son goes, hey, you should go in the game. I think you should go in the game, And
so it's you going into the game.
Yeah, well, a son's dad talks like this and makes sounds like Mario Brothers. Bring, bring. I like to get the Coca-Cola. It's very silly, but he comes up with notions like that, so it's really satisfying to work with him. I sing in one as a character called Mr. Willoughby, which is sort of an archetypal.
Well, tell me about Mr. Willoughby.
Mr. Willoughby is someone who's kind of created from magic. He's a mystical character in the Weird Place and in the episode Man Touches Globe, and he has people come into this fantasy store that can appear or not appear. It's a knick-knack and oddity store, and he sings a little song when you come in, and he makes dreams come true.
So he's got like almost a Willy Wonka quality to him.
I did sort of an Ed Wynn kind of guy knockoff.
Right.
Welcome to the oddity and knick-knack store. Would you like an oddity or a knick-knack? And he's the one who has the man get the globe, who goes through this supernatural journey like It's a Wonderful Life.
But this is what I like. It's like a twisted comedy version of Black Mirror because and Twilight Zone. This allows you to riff. You know what comedians and comedy writers and performers all talk about is when we get in a room we riff.
Yeah.
Which is we go back and forth and we try and make things as silly as possible. And this is a show that allows you to do that because there's no idea that can't fit in this world. Do you know what I mean?
I love about it, and there's unlimited characters for me to do or anyone else to do. And the way that it happened for us working with Matt Powers closely and Adam,
Mr. Adam Sachs, yes,
yes, that it took us a while to kind of get up to speed with it, and because I like to riff. If I come onto a character and then I'm riffing, which I'll build it and I'll go further with it and I'll bring it back. So that's why I started doing all the voices initially, and we would do some effects, listen to it, and go, it's not working, and keep going and evolving it. So it was kind of like animation, like the way Pixar does it.
Yep.
We built it. We didn't just write it at a table and then voice it. So we just kept going and going and going until it felt really satisfying. So yeah, I get to do a lot of very fun characters. In the pirate episode, I play a genius from 1738 whose name is Smarty Wiggins. And
of course you do.
Based on a friend of my mother-in-law's from Ireland, and he sort of talks like this, and I have ideas about this. I've invented a new thing. What is it? I call it radar. So when I get
Does anyone know what he's talking about?
They do. I mean, he's kind of a genius. Yeah. So he figures out that it's a submarine that goes back in time. A nuclear submarine meets up with these pirates, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And Smarty figures out that the
craft they're seeing is a nuclear submarine. He puts it together.
But they call it an iron whale. They don't get it. He came in an iron whale from beneath the sea. He figures it out by the zippers, because I look all this stuff up. Zippers were not invented until after 1738. It's obvious they are from the future. Instead of buttons, they fasten their trousers with interlocking metal teeth. So the guy from the 1960s submarine captain, you think we're from the future because our pants have zippers? So that kind of stuff. So it's
not that we have a nuclear submarine.
Yeah, but when they meet the pirates, they assume they're hippies on dope pretending to be pirates. They're hippies on dope.
You know what I love is when you were first messing around with this just for fun. Yeah. And I think the best things come out of just joy and fun. You were doing these just for fun with your sons, and you were sending them to me.
Yeah, little segments.
Yeah, and I would be, I don't know, I'd be driving around somewhere, I'd be doing something, I'd be making a smoothie, and then bing, and I'd look down, and you would send me a new short 10-minute episode of The Weird Place that you guys had just made for fun, and I would listen to it and just have a blast.
That's the whole idea, and the joy of it, and the positivity of it. I feel like if anybody's laying around in their room or driving their car or going to the gym, this is something that I'm hoping that they'll listen to more than once, because every moment is thought out very, very carefully. Every single second of it, we want to be satisfying. And it is one of those things for me to get clarity, like if I had $12 billion, I would be doing The Weird Place.
I know.
It's the most satisfying creative thing I think I've ever done.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because I'm able to put empathy and pathos in it at given moments. Not too heavy-handed,
right?
But I want it to have an innocence to it. And this is pre-Ted Lasso, you know?
Yeah.
I felt starved for the old Twilight Zone.
Sure.
Starved for it. And my sons as well. So we just love it. Just love doing it. It's very hard work, I have to say.
Well, it
At
shows.
times.
It's a joy to listen to. The Weird Place is out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. Dana Carvey, thank you.
Thank you.